The combaticons are warring. Onslaught is roaring. He is one metamorphin Bruticus. They all combine and kick Superion's behind as the big bad battling Bruticus. So, it seems like we've got a new Bruticus right around the corner, thanks to leaks letting us know that that's going to happen. But it might be a bit of a hot minute before we get the inevitable G2 recolor of it. So, I figured might as well take a look at our most recent version of the garish 90s nightmare that is G2 Bruticus to determine if you should pick him up or just wait for the new one. So, we're starting off with Action Master / G2 Shockwave. And you know, with the G2 colors / Action Master colors we've got for him, aesthetically, this guy really does make a solid little Shockwave buddy. And articulation-wise, he's got some pretty solid leg articulation. And with arms on ball joints, he's got plenty of posability there too, but it's a bit loose and wobbly. He's got some decent head rotation, and he honestly rivals some modern core class figures. And his transformation is really, really simple. Now, in ship mode, the kibble from his foot really does do wonders to make the alt mode look like a spaceship. So, really, we both know it's meant to be a target master. Here he is with Galactic Man. Moving on to Swindle, aesthetic-wise, in robot mode anyway, he really is pretty darn fantastic. The bright orange is super eye-catching, and the purple war paint adds a bit to the design. If I were to complain about anything in terms of this Swindle's aesthetics, it'd probably be with the head sculpt. The all-black paint job really washes out the face details, so you can barely tell he's got a face there. And when it comes to Swindle's articulation, he's got a bit more than your average Combiner Wars boy. Solid legs with a simulated heel joint thanks to the toes, and arms that actually have a bit of shoulder articulation thanks to the transformation. Pretty decent head articulation. And you can get him into a really good amount of poses. But, you know, let's get down to transforming this bad boy. Now, Swindle's transformation pretty simple, and the resulting combat jeep almost feels more like a sort of assault buggy for dune-based warfare or something like that, and less like a traditional jeep. And as you might expect, he can roll. And you know, overall, he's a pretty damn solid deluxe. I wouldn't complain about paying $15 at the time for this. And now on to Brawl. Aesthetically, Brawl looks great in almost all regards, except maybe for want of a slightly less, lanky feeling with the way he folds apart into robot mode. And, you know, articulation-wise, he's a bit more disappointing in terms of shoulder articulation, but he's still okay. He has actual ankle tilts thanks to transformation, but I mean, it falls short of his compatriots. he does not pose well, and part of it is the fact that you have to basically paralyze his waist joint to make his robot form at all stable. Now, Brawl's transformation is pretty simple and really satisfying, and results in a tank that can roll, but has no turret rotation, which I guess is fine on the budget. And aesthetically, I mean, it's practically a mini Megatron as far as G2 is concerned, isn't it? Yeah, he's not the best. And now we talk about Blastoff. Aesthetic-wise, he does give a pretty good fighter pilot vibe, but I have to admit the white color and the purple war paint even made a bit more sense back when he was a space shuttle. I don't hate the idea of Blastoff being a jet, given it meshes a bit better with the military theme, but being a white toy released in Combiner Wars, I also regret to say he's yellowed a bit with time. Really horrendously in person, too. His head sculpt would be better with a faceplate. And posability-wise, he is the Combiner Wars jet. What he lacks for is any ab crunch, shoulder, or ankle articulation. Other than that, he's pretty golden. You know, transformation is really simple, and it's a transformation we've done probably a million times, and if we get any other old Combiner Wars teams, we'll probably do a million more. Now, the jet mode's aesthetics sure are there. It is a jet. I don't know, he's the most disappointing of an entire Combiner of Ritual and Brawl. And when it comes to Vortex, his robot mode aesthetics feel the most like some sort of spoopy space mercenary, and the purple head sculpt is fierce. Posability-wise, he's about the same as Blastoff, but a little more stable thanks to the helicopter bits. transformation is a little more complicated, and with the weapon storage, I enjoy it a little more. It's a pretty decent little chopper in that form. Lots of fun. Now, Onslaught does feel kinda disappointing all around when you get to him. But from surface level aesthetics, he's kind of great. The yellow stands out and screams like caution, danger, etc. And the bright red eyes really burn that idea in too. But when it comes to the articulation, his legs really could use more support, and his arms are a little more limited than some. And you know, the lack of a waist joint on a figure this big is also really disappointing for me. It was disappointing for Brainstorm, and it's disappointing for these guys. This transformation is pretty fun to do, though. He turns into a pretty decent missile truck, even if it can be kind of hard to tell at times. Onslaught really does suffer from being a hotspot retool, in my opinion. The vestigial sirens on the back of the legs really feel out of place, and what should have been a pretty simple armored truck comes out kind of there. It's okay, I guess. It's disappointing. But, you know, without further ado, let's bring these 5 together. Now, when it comes to the Bruticus transformation and combination, it feels really, really satisfying to do, but once you have them all combined there like that, there are practically no stable poses you can get him into with the way Onslaught's legs work. And with the way the arms connect, it's pretty limiting there too, but G2 Bruticus really does do a decent job on just the sheer intimidation factor. So I'm more than happy with him right now, but getting a second go here soon with the Next Generations line, I'd say if you're looking into this, don't rush into picking up a CW Bruticus. Leave this G2 Technicolor Titan as my cross to bear for now. And just wait to see what Hasbro's got cooking for the next couple of years, okay? Tiv out. There are practically no stable poses you can get him into with the way Onslaught's legs work. With the way the arms connect, it's very